Hi, Kevin Henry with Dental Economics. Here today on a Skype interview with two of my dear friends, Linda Miles and Lois Banta. And we're talking about one of our favorite subjects today, the Speaking Consulting Network. And we're going to be highlighting the meeting that's coming up in June in Colorado. But before we do that, Linda, I was wondering, could you give our viewers a little bit of the taste of the history of SCN and really why it was founded?
Okay. SCN was absolutely just an overnight thought. I'd spent 18 hours in 1 month personally coaching friends of mine who wanted to start or enhance their own speaking consulting business. And people in my audience often came up and said, I love what you do. I'd love to do it. And my response was always, well, if I can do this, you can do this, and I'll show you how. So I created a little bit of a problem because 18 hours in 1 month was a lot of time. So I decided to block off a weekend per year, and I would spend 3 days, one with the first-year member and 2 days with the returning members, hoping that this would turn into an exact, what it's called, a network of speakers and consultants and writers who were interested or already very good at what they do that wanted to go to a new level. So we started with 11 people and one corporate sponsor, and that was Care Credit, and they were our only sponsor that believed in us back then. And today, Kevin, that has grown to 150 people with about 30 sponsoring partners and also about 80 member dentists. And when I grew it for 15 years with the help of Lee Tarvin and my husband and a dedicated advisory board, which consisted of Lois Banta, David Resnick, and a committee, I realized that it was a year-long project, and I was slowing down or hoping to slow down. And I said to Lois Banta, who had been there 14 of the 15 years, who had served on my advisory board for 3 years, Lois, if you don't take it, I have to announce that this is our final SCN. And it was very heartbreaking because it has been such a great networking of all of us to recharge our professional batteries once a year. And I knew it couldn't grow if it didn't pass hands. And I couldn't think of anybody more capable who shared my vision of expanding. And it's sort of like we're not trying to share the same pie. We're trying to make the pie bigger and better so that we can help a lot more dentists and their team members. And so I'm going to turn it over to Lois, and she's going to explain about our upcoming conference this year, which I'm very excited to still be very actively involved with Lois.
Well, I also wanted to share why I felt such a passion and excitement about owning SCN. I joined in 1998, never missed a meeting, and I think it's the single most important thing that I've done in my professional career because it's where I learned how to do what I do on a professional integrity-oriented effort. What I didn't expect was the friends and network of people that were going to not only expand my horizons, but better the profession of dentistry. That's what SCN is all about. It's an infectious atmosphere. It's so exciting. It's you don't need a plane to fly home. I think we've said that many times before, but Linda really sparked a need in our industry to have like-minded professionals be able to grow to a certain level. So this year's conference, we're taking it to another level. We've added a half day for our returning members of special advanced breakout sessions on the business of owning a business. And if you want to expand your horizons in consulting, and if you want to be a better writer, more effective writer, and learn how to make sure that when you get published, it's getting published in the right way with our fearless Kevin Henry at the helm, we devote the new member day just to one-on-one coaching from Linda and I prior to the conference and at the conference to share all of the tools that will help you make a successful business happen. That energy is going to happen in June, and I think Colorado will not be the same once we get there. It's June 7th through the 9th for those people who are new to the conference, and June 8th and 9th for our returning members. And we have an explosion of awesome professionals that come together for the same purpose in mind, which is networking and growing your business.
And one question that I've heard is, who is SCN really targeted to? Who are you all hoping to reach through SCN?
That's a really, really great question. Initially, Linda founded the organization to help those professionals who wanted to enhance or grow their speaking, consulting, and writing business. What we've discovered over the last 3 or 4 years is that we're getting professionals, speakers, writers, and consultants new to the organization who've been doing this for 15, 20, 25 years, who maybe have burned themselves out a little bit or just want a new approach to growing their business. So it's really for everybody now. You initially founded it, I think, for people who were starting out.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want them making the same mistakes that she made along the way, which was such a gift to those of us just starting out. I still worked full-time in a dental practice when I started at SCN, had a 5-year plan to quit my full-time job, and 2 years later, I had to quit my full-time job because I was too busy. Well, that word of mouth really spread in our industry, and those that are well established who thought, gosh, I wonder why my business has kind of stabilized or grown stagnant, and what's this SCN energy all about? I keep hearing about this SCN energy, and they came to it to check it out. We've got Fred Joyal. I mean, internationally famous Fred Joyal coming as a new member this year. Really amazing results. Deborah Englehart Nash came last year as our VIP guest, loved it so much she joined our organization. It's really become an organization that's for everyone in our industry.
It's very cool. And like I told you in Chicago last week, and I'll tell anybody, it's one of my favorite meetings of the year. There's no question about it. So I always enjoy the time there. Would you ladies mind giving us the website and just a few more details about this year's conference?
Sure. Our website is www.speakingconsultingnetwork.com. You can go on the website. You can check out the whole entire conference on this website. It's a one-stop shopping. You can download the registration form and get your hotel reservations all in one swipe of a key.
There you go. Well, I will be there, and I look forward to seeing you both there as well, as long as so many good friends. So thank you all for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin.